Herloo. It is me, the Tom Fox, here once again to eat in front of you. I ordered some Tex-Mex and I figured, why not? I'll start the stream now and just eat. I'm gonna move the mic away from me so I've got a more direct channel to my mouth. Let's put on some music. I'll actually pop open iTunes and put on one of my playlists. Spoiler, it's all Super Soul Brothers. I'll just put on the Motherload album. Let me turn on the volume real quick so it's not. There we go. How y'all doing today? We're just gonna chat a little bit while we wait. Metroid Prime's on the screen right now, but it's faded out a little bit there. Where's Korg? He's dead, remember? We killed Korg. We had to kill him because he was corrupted with Phazon. It was one of our bounty hunting buddies and we had to kill him.
Bingo!
Hawkins Prague with the 13 months
Bingo!
of tier 3. Keep it on the Santa Claus and Neos. He's a sub for your sub. Mwah, mwah, and mwah. The best thing, have fun tonight, Tom. Try King 66 with 3 months of Prime saying Twitch Prime is the best. I think so. And Mono Minion is extending their gift sub into a tier 1 sub with the power of September. Looking for the Sword of Kings in Earthbound? Good luck. I wish I had a wireless headphone. Because I want to keep my hand underneath it. Because if I put it on top of it, I'm afraid of like yanking it out. Dr. Slamtasm with the 12 months of Twitch Prime. Keep it on the 10 glass and emotes. Here's a sub for your sub. Mwah, the best thing, Rip Korg. You'll be missed on my first year of Tommunism. You like this song? Yeah, right? It's good. Why do I feel seduced?
Bingo!
Oh yeah, baby. I'm gonna sit here with smooth jazz playing while I eat. You feeling it? You feel what we got going on here now? Megamorph Tron with the 3 months of Twitch Prime. Keep it on the Santa Claus and emotes to the sub for your sub. Mwah. The best saying, quick, someone get the purification powder to stop the corruption from spreading until it covers the whole world. Wait, not Terraria, Tom Brain. Da, 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 da. Pump it up a little bit. Ba-da-ba-ba. Oh, Ree. I'm glad to see I'm not the only one who can't tee up. Must be good cereal. This is Tex-Mex. It also the lettuce blends in very well. It's either the lettuce or the guac that's blending with the green screen, or just the pure white. You know, I kind of want to take a poll here because usually when I stream games, I kind of ignore the chat. Who'd be down for just sort of like an hour-long like Q&A stream? My shirt's also blending in with the green screen as well. I'll make the title of it "To Hell with Metroid." This is the Q&A stream. Oops. I guess I'll keep it at social eating until I'm done eating. The Death Wish stream is gonna be hell on earth. Oh yeah. I'm also gonna refuse to do like the easier version of it. Because no one's coming to help. I wonder if anybody got that reference I just made there. Because I've seen the screen for the like the relaxation mode or whatever it's called. Well, the reference Peace and Tranquility mode, that's what it is. Because like the screen for it is like is Hat Girl like doing like this dance that's like often associated with it's like this purple cat Animal Crossing character. And there's like this meme picture that's going around of him dancing, and underneath it says no one's coming to help. His name is just Bob? Am I single? Yeah. I love this album. This album is so good. How much do you have to pay for a bite? How much is a flight here? Where can I get this album? Good question. This is Motherload from the Super Soul Brothers. I believe they have a Bandcamp where they sell their music. It might also be on iTunes. I think Bandcamp is a better way to support them, though. Store. Copy. There we go. This is, that's where they sell their music. They've got, a couple of albums, a couple of, like, mini albums from, like, when they did live shows. I bought, when I was at a convention, I bought the Super Soul Bros Super Drive, which is, it's I think it's like a 32 gig flash drive, that has all of their albums on it, and it's in, like an SNES. I'll show it to you, I have it right here. There, this is the hard drive it comes on. It's a little USB hard drive that has all of their songs on it. And it looks like it was made from like, I don't know if this is probably a reprint of an SNES cartridge. But like, it was definitely like, I don't know how well you can see that, but yeah, you can see like the slot where the board was supposed to come out. I have the tools to open this thing up so I can actually see what the hard drive is like, but I don't want to do that right now. What if you could 3D print those? Yeah, they probably wouldn't look as good though. Well, generally you want to make them a little bit thicker if you 3D print them so that way you can sand down all the rough edges on them. My Tex-Mex bowl is done, so I bet you're probably thinking to yourself, well, hey, we're done with social eating, right? No, wrong. I have a burrito. A burrito that was... I'm a little bit afraid because this burrito was double wrapped. Little toilet hate you after eating? No, this isn't Taco Bell. This is I think this is a local place. Ooh, my coal pot. Yay, little donkey. Never stop fighting. Hello, welcome to the stream. Do I have a quesadilla? No, the burrito's the last thing I got. I see Ryu donated 52 bits saying I'm being petty. Give me a second after the catastrophe of last night. Yeah, that's what I say whenever I want to get a hot dog. I say I want to get a long little doggy. Was my birthday? Oh, I really shouldn't be saying that kind of thing, because that's just my... If I say my birthday, then that's how the companies siphon information for me. It's March 9th. My favorite character in Undertale. God, they're all so good. For the memes, I have to say Sans Undertale is my favorite Undertale character, but I think, I like Alphys just because of the voice I gave her in my Let's Play of it. Meep. Tom is what, 30 years old? 28. Oh yeah, I like the Thames. The Thames are cute. It's Sans Undertale. Explain the plushie in the donation alert? Well, one of the lines that Temmie says in the Tem store is that, you give her 1,000 of the in-game currency, 1,000 G. She goes off to college and then comes back with like a graduation cap, and she'll sell you the best armor in the game. Which is basically if you're just having a hard time with and basically the price of it goes down every time you die. So one of the things that like she says when you're selling her stuff is that like, oh, I need to save money for Cool Eggs. So we're sending her to Cool Egg, and when she leaves for college, she says, Tem, go to Cool Egg and make you proud, but I like Cool Egg better. So I commissioned Kimlin Tran for the voice there. Alright, ignore that. Kimberlyn Tran, if you don't know, voices, oh god, what's the little orange bat thing? In, yeah, you know what, Derek, you do have a very cool egg. What's the orange bat thing from, Dust and Elysian Tale? Fidget, yes, she played Fidget in Dust. She played Misfortune in, Skullgirls, and she played Chi-Chi in Dragon Ball Z Abridged. How do I like the Metroid Prime series? So far, it's weird, because if I were to judge them from the perspective of just, like, playing them normally, I'd probably say that Prime 1 is better than Prime 3, but I feel like, I'm enjoying Prime 3 better streaming-wise because I'm making more progress in it than I did in Prime 1 or Prime 2. Also, bingo! Fair laner! Oh god, burrito or subby? Headphone cable. So much going wrong here. Alright. Transfer the hands. No grease, good. Fairlaner, thank you for the 21 months of tier 1. Keep it, John. The Santa Claus and emotes. Do the sub for your sub. Mwah. Never stop fighting, saying you were my favorite YouTuber, and this is the first time I'm catching you streaming. I'm excited. Well, you came in at a good time because we're doing like Q&A stuff and whatnot. I'd say the one thing that puts Prime 2 below Prime 3 for me, or below Prime 1, I should say, is that the, I feel like it takes way too long in Prime 2 for, like, the guide to come up and tell you, like, where to go when you're lost. Also, the fact that the, what was basically the same fetch quest in the first one is extended by basically being like, talk to, you know, your first clue is in the temple, then you gotta find the second clue, and then you go through there, as opposed to being the clue for just where you need to go is in the temple to get the item that you need. Or if I bring Derp Crew friends into TRG events? Maybe. I don't know how well they get along. Music is so dope. Yeah, I love Super Soul Brothers. It's so good. Favorite racing game besides Mario Kart? Sonic and All-Stars is really good. I enjoy myself playing that more and more. I really like Diddy Kong Racing in terms of like nostalgic ones. Can I recite the Emperor's New Groove from memory? No. Just little bits of Kronk, I think his name is. Alright, I'm gonna try and finish this. The like part of the burrito's like coming apart, so it's more of a taco now than a burrito. No, this is the whole stream. I'm just doing a Q&A. What's the next game you will or are excited to play next year? Oh man, that's a loaded question. Prime 4 if it's yeah, Prime 4 if it's slated to come out next year, then probably that. Or to have like one video game character that where it'd be like, or like one character to get into Smash Bros. Where it's like it'd be astronomically impossible to like get in there. Like of like any character. I'd probably say Hat Kid. Yeah, like Goku. I want Hat Kid from A Hat in Time in there. Silver Kaze Ninja with the 3 years of tier 1. Keep it on this 10 glass emo season sub for your sub. Mwah. Am I saying 3 years? Woo! Woo indeed. Yes, I am excited for Luigi's Mansion 3. For Lloyd Irving and Shantae. I'm a little bit miffed that like Shovel Knight isn't a playable character, but I'm really glad that Shovel Knight's at least an assist trophy. That does also, it gives me hope for the future that he might be a playable character at some point because of oh man, my brain just stopped there for a second. Because some of the assist trophies have become characters as well. Ba ba da ba da da da. I think of what echoes I would want as well. Ooh, take out the trash up here. I wouldn't. The other thing too is that a lot of those assist trophies seem like they could theoretically have like simple move sets. So I wouldn't be surprised if like one of the modes in single player was like the ability to play like a simpler mode, like definitely a non-competitive, like a very like more or less fun mode as assist trophies. That'd be pretty neat. A much more casual mode with playing as assist trophies. All right. Burrito's done, so I gotta take out social eating now, right? Wrong. I have dessert. What do you think of Isabelle joining Smash? I'm surprised she wasn't an Echo. How did I meet my friends? What, all of them? Well, it all started when I was born. Did I get queso and chips today? No. Cheesecake chimichangas? Yep. Rex and Pyro would be an interesting choice. Although, because the only way Rex's character would actually work and be accurate to Xenoblade Chronicles 2 would be if Pyra was part of his character as well. They could just put Pyra. The reason I don't think they would put Pyra or Mithra in is because how sexually explicit the outfit is. I know Bayonetta's like relatively sexually explicit, but like she's still like in like a full jumpsuit. Now, I'm not saying, and I'm not against, like, sexually explicit material, but it's an E10 rated game. Maybe T, actually. My Wii U's still on. Brawl and Melee were rated T because that was before, the E10 rating. Smash 4 was also rated T? I'm pretty sure it was rated E10. Hang on, I've got a copy of it, like, right behind me here. E10. Mr. Baldi was put into Smash, what would his signature move be? I have no idea who Mr. Baldi is. My favorite Queen song? Don't Stop Me Now. I'm gonna get one of the copies of Pokemon Let's Go. Which version? I'm getting both of them, but I'd probably go with Eevee if I only had to pick one. What's my favorite game of all time? Donkey Kong Country 2 Diddy's Conquest. How'd I meet the derps? I met most of them through like the old Machinima days. I'm pretty sure I met Chilled through Lyle. And then everyone else through Chilled, pretty much. No, I met Smarty before then. I think I met Smarty probably through Lyle as well, actually. Thoughts on Shantae for Smash? I wouldn't mind it. On a scale of 1 to Soup Can, how excited am I for Hitman 2 when that comes out? I'm very excited. You could bet that, like, day one I'm gonna be streaming Hitman 2. Can you remove Eevee or Pikachu from your party in, Let's Go? Am I going to MagFest? Yes! Yes, I am. You cannot. So much for being, like, yellow. But they are very powerful. Okay. I'm gonna play Kingdom Hearts 3 when it comes out. Oh yeah, on stream. The entire Kingdom Hearts series is a streaming game for me. I wanna download the Clear Crystal or Crystal Clear, whatever it's called. Pokemon. Here we go, Clear Crystal. Or is it? It's Crystal Clear. Okay. I want to download that and start playing it. Basically, what it is, it's Pokemon Crystal, but you don't start. You have the option to not start from New Barktown, and there's a much wider variety of starting Pokemon you can get. And I believe as well that you could do the gyms in any order you want. Oh yeah, I still need to figure out what I want to do for that KH movie stream. I'll probably use like Rabbit or something like that. That'll be a sub-movie night. How do you feel about the Professor Layton games? I think I've got like 2 of them, but I've never played them before. Yeah. Most anticipated upcoming game or game? Kingdom Hearts 3 is definitely one. That's only like a few months away at this point. Question, let's see. If you could pick one race from Skyrim, what would it be? Like a race from Skyrim to be? Bingo! Bingo! Bubba 1995 MV. Thank you for the 22 months of tier 1. Keep it on those 10 glass and emotes is a sub for your sub. Mwah. Mistake, I've got nothing clever to say. Just take my money. I played the Danganronpa series. I have not. if it was, oh man, I'm not entirely sure. 300 bits for the Ketchum Kid saying nom nom bits. I would love to play Monster Rancher again. Octopimp kind of is sort of selling me on Monster Rancher 4 here. Rob with the 41 months of tier 1. Hey Rob. Get all the 10 glass emotes to the sub for your sub. Mwah. With a message saying, hey Tom, you think you'll play Cyberpunk 2077? Maybe? I haven't seen much on it. Generally, I get hyped for games around E3 when they're like announced. So I'm not sure. If I had to choose a race from Skyrim that I wanted to be, if I was to turn into a Skyrim, okay. Probably either, I don't know, cause like, okay, like Judge Free and none of that Tom is a furry shit. Probably either an Argonian or a Khajiit because they're so like far flung from being like an actual human that I kind of want to experience that. Iceman with the, oh my god. Oh no! The worst timing. Iceman with the 5,000 bits saying, who dares weaken me? And it's me with the 1,000 bits saying, give me that first! Rip. I'll be streaming the new Fire Emblem game. I'd rather Let's Play it. The Fire Emblem games have a tradition of being on my YouTube channel, so I'll probably make YouTube videos of those. And it was too soon to damage. Rip. There's a few games I still need to get around to. I still want to try unlocking the rest of the remaining character in Mario Golf. That's probably gonna be like one stream. Is just doing Mario Golf. Or just unlocking that Bowser Jr. and Mario Golf. I play Conker's Bad Fur Day? Bingo! I did on oh, my brain sort of shut down there. I did play Mario, or someone said Conker's Bad Fur Day. I did play that as for fortune cookies, but I haven't played it in a while. I do want to continue the Messenger as well. 100 bits from HeroCast Chow saying, how's Lord Donator doing these days? Is he still a flat earther? I think his future self kind of taught him a lesson there. You plan on streaming Dead Space 2 this October? I want to play a horror game, but probably not Dead Space 2. Never do a Dragon Quest game. Maybe? I don't know them that well. It's... Here's... I've explained my issue with doing long-form RPGs before. It's that part of the way that I sort of like engagement is a big thing, like on Twitch and on YouTube and all that jazz. And I think like games like Kingdom Hearts can kind of get a free pass on it because people, you know, a wide variety of people like that game, like those games. But if I, you know, and Dragon Quest is still pretty well known, not really so much in the States here. Oh, rapping. Well, one, backseating, and two, like, the issue becomes that after, like, 2 or 3 streams of it, or, like, 10 or 15 episodes of it, you know, engagement just falls right off with long-form RPGs. So that's why I don't like playing them on stream. What's a bad game you've defended? Oh, Star Fox Zero. I love Star Fox Zero. No one else does. I absolutely love Star Fox Zero. My second favorite Star Fox game under 64. Why does the music sound familiar? This is Super Soul Brothers. This is their Motherload album, so it's all like Earthbound music. I believe this is like a Tough Enemy, like a Tough Enemy thing. 3,000 bits from Brink15 saying, don't mind me, just saw we were having a bit war. He didn't start the bit war. Voice crack there a little bit. It was always burning since the world's been turning. Sanctuary Guardian, there we go. Stop emptying the cup. Have I played Hellblade's Senua's Sacrifice? I've not. One thing I like about Star Fox Zero is the controls of the final boss. You sort of have to experiment with it a little bit. How's it going, Chenzo? 700 bits from It's Me, Ree. Putting herself back in the 3rd place there. And also, splashing the cup. And making herself the bit boss. Ever played Star Fox Assault? I have. I enjoyed it, but like, my biggest issue with Star Fox Assault was, one of my favorite things about Star Fox 64 was its mix of, on-rails shooting. So many bits coming in right now, guys. Chaos Olympus with the 221 bits. I like, it had a good combination of the on-rails shooter portions, and the all-range mode portions. The upcoming game I'm most excited about. Smash Brothers. I mean, it's a generic response, but Smash Brothers. During Monster Rancher 2, which of the monsters that you've raised is your favorite? Or top 10, if they're all equally your favorite? Probably the 2 that I got all the way to Legend Cup, which were Whiskitty and, Duckbug. It's my favorite game from Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, respectively. Sea of Thieves on Xbox. Monster Rancher on PlayStation. Donkey Kong Country 2 on Nintendo. Crushy Peter is a meme, but he's got a special place in my heart, but he's not my favorite. Ever play Monster Hunter again? It's so grindy. I can't get into Monster Hunter just because of how grindy it is. Have you ever played D&D? Yes, I played it in high school and a little bit in college. And a little bit afterwards. I played with Sondland, Kat, Rob, and Kyle. Hey Rob, remember when you started beating me up IRL because I screwed up a puzzle? Dylan Cotter with the 200 bits saying, I only have enough bits left from other places, but I'll fire my opening at an only salvo on the boss. An Elite Champion Cypher X with 110 bits. Cause I think, cause my character was basically Arthur from Fire Emblem, Fire Emblem Fates. Or if you think about that as well, my character was also All Might, but much more unlucky and much more gullible. Not a puzzle, you let go of Mad Undead right in front of the squishy wizard. Yep, and you got knocked unconscious too. Would you be willing to stream Fightcade on sub nights? I'm not very much into fighting games to do that, so I'd get my ass kicked all the time. And Rob heard what happened from the DM, turned to me and went, just started slapping me a lot, and then he heard that he got knocked unconscious, stopped, turned to me again and started slapping me again. Any interest in Stardew Valley? I've been playing that. I'm playing that with Minikitty. Why are all these small bit donations doing so much damage? They must have updated it or something. 5K also has some puzzle games like Magical Drop and Bust a Move, not all fighting games. Oh, okay. Maybe. Yes, I am planning on streaming Death Wish. I might do that tomorrow. I'll ever stream a campaign of D&D. I have to find room for it, man. I have no place. We have maybe one place in this house that would be suitable for doing D&D, but the sound quality would be terrible. Monster Hunter Stories is a good game. 1 bit does 13 damage now. Would I play Graveyard Keeper? Maybe at some point. Am I gonna play the Crystal Chronicles remake? Yeah, I also want to get the original GameCube. I think I have the original GameCube one. I might have bought it at some point. We'll have to see. Oh boy. I'll be right back, guys. Food. So, what? Fun fact. If you eat food. Fun fact, when you eat food, it sort of pushes everything down a little bit, so I'll be right back. I think I'm gonna stop the music as well, so that way, any people who come in here don't think that this is just like, oh, this guy's just playing music on his stream, so he's gonna be banned. So, I'll be right back. Look at that smile! Protect this smile. These hands are clean! Phew. Am I gonna play Valkyria Chronicles 4 on stream or YouTube? Maybe. My thoughts on the Persona franchise? Oh man, I don't know. I mean, I don't know, man. Rob with the 1,000 bits say you should play Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. It'll creep the living hell out of you, especially if you have good headphones. Oh. Oh no. Welp. Not they are clean, but they're clean. I wonder if I can get a thing that'll read like my iTunes and like say what music I'm listening to. Yeah, I'll be starting Cuphead immediately after I finish Metroid Prime 3. I'm not gonna change the Twitch alerts like it's time for an update. Yeah, I do need to get around to that. I want to keep Bingo, but I want to change it instead to like a substitute Vegeta. Like, you know how like in Pokemon when the substitute comes out, it's like a puff of smoke and then the substitute's there. I want it to be a puff of smoke and then like a Sebi that looks like Vegeta. I also need to add like new ones as well for different like donation amounts. Like $3.90 for my birthday. I feel about streaming Rhythm Heaven? I don't know. Indifferent. Favorite and least favorite Smash characters? To play, my favorite is Ness. Least favorite to play, though. I can't think of any. What do I think of Jump Force? It looks insane. I played a little bit of it at PAX. And it controls pretty well. Like, it's nothing special. If I got it, I'd be invested in it for the story and really not much else. Bingo! Heroic Eagle with the 11 months of Twitch Prime. Keep it jealous. Santa Claus and emotes is a sub for your sub. Mwah. A 3,300 bit donation for Lord Donator. Just him going, fools! Am I a member of Starman.net? No, I'm not a member of Starman.net. What was deleted? A link to Starman.net. Oh yeah, Shadow Mario sound from Mario Golf. Somebody said they found a link for that. Like, to like, actual, like, sound clips of Shadow Mario in that. Like, don't post it, but just say if it was you and I'll permit you to post links. Oh, okay, Corey's gonna find it. Neat. Is Yugi actually in Jump Force? Yeah, he was announced for it. You know, he's gonna use those hard light holograms to send out his Dark Magician girl. Oh, card spirits. Yeah, never mind. It's not hard light holograms. Favorite video game OST. There's a lot of good ones. Xenoblade's got a bunch of good songs. Hat in Time's got a bunch of good songs. Shovel Knight's got a bunch of good songs. Bingo! Bingo! Arctic Snail. Or what was it my brother said? Arctic Snail. Thank you for the 26 months of tier 1. Keep it gentle with City Glass and emotes is a sub for your sub. Mwah. The best thing. I really want to play Kingdom Hearts 3, but I'm mainly on Xbox. Any idea if they haven't made this collection for Xbox? Should I buy the collection on PS4? Or should I bank at the potential Xbox release? I haven't played a Kingdom Hearts game since Rechain, so I'm unsure, plus I'm low on money. Kind of hard to say. You're sort of hedging your bets on that one. Cuphead has a good has a good OST. Some of them have lyrics too, don't they? What's the age difference between me and my siblings? My sister's 5 years older than me, my brother is 7 years older than me. Quite a large gap, but not the worst. Which do you mind choosing for Splatfest, retro or modern? I don't know. I don't really like, I have no, I have no, like, strong feelings one way or the other on them, so I'll probably just pick whatever I think is gonna win. Scale 1 to 10, how much do I love My Hero Academia? So like, if 5 is indifferent, probably around like an 8. Usually, like, going into like all of these, although they changed up how Splatfests work? Or is that not until the October update? It's this update, okay. Yeah, they changed it so instead of it being, it's, how did, they changed it, they changed how it worked. That's all I remember. It's not based so much on, like, popularity vote or, team and, solo battles. I can't remember how they did it. It was really bizarre. I've seen the trailer for DMC5 with the Mega Buster for Mega Man. I have not. I don't follow Devil May Cry that much, so I don't know much about it. That's a game I should. That's a game series I should probably get into. Dude, I think that $20 a year thing is 100% worth it just for the NES collection, because you can play those games online. Like, I can't stress enough how cool that is. Because, like, there are other things that can do that, but this is the first time that, like, this is the first time I've seen, at the very least, where a game, where, like, a game that was multiplayer, that never had online multiplayer because online didn't exist back then, wasn't remade to have online multiplayer. It's the same game, but it's the same game, but it has online multiplayer. That's so cool to me. Aphex and I started doing a Super Mario Bros. 3 Let's Play on, using that service. It's not out yet, we just recorded it last night. Would I stream play of Pokemon XD? Oh, definitely. Considering it had Pokemon, Pokemon Colosseum, then yeah, I would definitely do that. Often I go to cons in the Midwest? Not very often. I'm trying to think of... The only one that I can think of, the only Midwest con I can think of that I've ever really gone to is Youmacon. Have I played Night in the Woods? No, but I should, because I feel like the developers have started putting some stock in me, so I feel like I owe it to them to at least play Night in the Woods. Because I'm really interested in Tunic. First time playing a lot of these games, being born in the GBA era, yeah. Well, because I got to talking with the, what is it, I can't remember the name of the devs. Finji, I think it is, right? Did somebody say crimes? Given the fact that nobody was responding to me, I'm assuming they don't know what the developer's studio's name is. Either that or chat broke it for me. Finji, okay, I was right. I talked to the... Because like I said, I'm really interested in Tunic. So I was talking to them at RTX a little bit. And they have another game that's coming out too, but I wish I didn't have the memory of a goldfish. because that looked really cool too, and I think it's out already, at least on like itch.io or whatever that site is where you can get games. But it's like it kind of reminds me of like Death Road to Canada a little bit. A little bit more serious take on Death Road to Canada. Overland, yes. Thank you, Insomniac Matt. That looks pretty neat as well. How many baby seals would I adopt from a hat in time? As like workers or as like a pet? Yeah, all of them. They're just so cute. As a child? Who do I main in Smash? Ness and Bowser Jr. I play a lot of. Oh, they do act like children. What about the Walrus Captain? I'd want to take him away from that ship. I'd want to put him on a ship that's got a more competent crew. Smash character would I choose to be? I don't know. Any games I'm upset that I missed out on childhood? Yeah, I hear a lot of people talking about like games that they loved as a kid, but like if I try to go to play them now, then I couldn't do it. That was kind of how I was with Final Fantasy VII.
Bingo!
Characters I'm most excited to play in Ultimate. I tried the demo with that had Ridley and Inkling Girl in it. And, they were both fun to play.
Bingo!
Samurai Beagle 27 with the 4 months of tier 1. Keep it Jonas, Tentaclaws, and emotes is a sub for your sub. Mwah, the best saying 4 months, glad to celebrate this. Well, I got your attention. Are you still streaming, going to stream the Kingdom Hearts movies? Yes, that'll be a sub movie night at some point. I'll announce that at some point in the future. Serrated Dirk with the 2 months of Twitch Prime saying another month. What characters are you looking forward to in Smash? Or looking for in Smash? Are you saying to be added or to play? Because I want to try all of them at least once. To be added. I'm happy with what we got. Anything else is just sort of like icing on the cake. I think I would be really happy if they added Rayman. You ready to be in debt to Tom Nook again? Why do people think that Tom Nook is a bad guy? Like, have you seen like some of the loan sharks you get in the real world where they're constantly hounding you? Tom Nook offers you like no time limit on when you pay him. And no interest. Are any games I regret buying at full price? No, because I collect them, they all sort of have value to me. Do I still play TF2? Not so much anymore. If you're ever passionate about a game, purchasing a game that later on to become super expensive and you end up kicking yourself when it's not cheap. I'm kicking myself for not getting into Earthbound sooner. So that way I could have probably gotten an inbox copy of it with a strategy guide and everything. Any interest in PS4 Spider-Man? Yes, but I'm trying to like think of like a good time to play it and also buy it. Last time I saw a full copy of Earthbound like in box and with everything in it, it was $1,100. Favorite game of all time? I answered this before. Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy's Conquest. Do I watch any sports? No, but I know enough to follow like the rules and whatnot. My interest in sports goes up the drunker I get. I've ever played Okami? A little bit. How much do you play games off stream? Not as much as you'd think. Well, do you mean like how much do I play games not for work? Because only really when I travel. Guilty pleasure game. I'm assuming one that's like generally like considered like bad by the community, but is like fun to play overall, or fun for me to play. I don't know. Can't really think of one. I guess Star Fox Zero would be a guilty pleasure game, if that's the case. But it's not a bad game. Would you ever play Doom? Yes, I do want to. I want to play the 2016 Doom before Doom Eternal comes out. What's my opinion about people banking so much on character predictions? They're dumb. They're dumb because when they predict something and it's like they're like so obsessed with this particular character getting in Smash and they don't get it and they throw a hissy fit, they're just acting like spoiled children. Favorite DBZ character? Oh boy. I like Tien Shinhan. Will I play Elder Scrolls 6 when it comes out? Yes. Yes. Yes, I will. Ever play WarioWare on the GameCube? Yeah, it's not great. Doom's multiplayer is blocked by Nintendo Switch Online. I can't say I know a lot of people who play Doom's multiplayer. I've not played Final Fantasy IV. Did I finish Final Fantasy VII? No, I got bored with it. I finished the first disc and it's like, I don't see a reason to go back to it. I'm not a big fan of the ATB system. Least favorite thing you've played or streamed? Well, that would definitely have to be on a fortune cookie, but I don't really remember what exactly. Still doing Xenoblade 2? I haven't played it in so long, I need to get back into it. So, with sort of the progression between, like, Fallout 3 and Oblivion to, like, Skyrim and Fallout 4, I'm a little bit worried about Elder Scrolls 6. Tweety Bird, yeah, Tweety Bird. Tweety Bird's probably the worst game I played on stream. It was like a education, like edutainment, geography Mario Party ripoff. Played any Final Fantasy game that I enjoyed. I like 10, I like 3, and not English 3, 3 remake on the DS. Scariest enemy from a non-horror game? Probably the weird giant baby thing from Half-Life 1. US3 is 6, yes. Funnily enough, it's on the cartridge label, it's labeled as 3. When you start it up, it's 6. I plan on streaming more Sea of Thieves. No, I think I've run. I've run my run through my my enjoyment of that game. Any Rooster Teeth shows you watch? I need to catch up on Ruby. I think I only watched part 5. Was either part 5 or yeah, it must have been part 5 because I don't think part 6 is out yet. I've only watched like the first 2 episodes of part 5. Have I played Chrono Trigger? No. I need to, but I haven't played it. Ruby is a tough one to get into. Because when it first started, it was a very, like, small... It was a very small team. it was a very small team, and you could definitely see like the seams on like the first like few seasons of it. And then 4, like when they got like a full animation studio, it really ramped up. Like, I'd say like the first 2 seasons, Ruby kind of looks like, oh boy. It's like the animation of it is rough, but like, you know, like the story's still good and everything like that. It uses like a lot of mocap, and sometimes that could be a little bit like rough around the edges. Season 3, the animation gets a little bit better. Than season 4, it really like picked up. I mean, like, any question that's like, am I going to play this game on stream or on YouTube? It's maybe. I don't, like, the reason I don't want to, like, confirm or deny anything is because it'll be a non-stop stream of questions of, are you playing this? Are you playing this? Are you playing this? Are you playing this? So, to everybody who's asked me if I'm gonna play something, maybe. Is tonight just Q&A? Yes. Hi for JoJo. Oh, that's next month? Ooh, yeah, I am excited for that one. I think the new seasons of Rick and Morty will be out. I have no idea. We'll see if, like, Mr. Poopy Butthole is, like, an old man at that point. Because apparently he ages pretty fast. It's a game you used to hate but really love now. I can't think of anything. Did I catch Mewtwo today? No, but that's gonna be around until late October, so I've got time. I do want to get out at some point and get more of the 7-kilometer eggs. You ever play Undertale? Have I ever played Undertale? Yeah. Catch the new season of BoJack? I don't have Netflix. I have VRV, so like most of the stuff I consume is anime. Want this song? It's so soothing. Yeah, head on over to supersoulbros.com. I think the website was that I pasted in here before. Yeah, there we go. supersoulbros.com/store. So, favorite song in Undertale? Hopes and Dreams. People are calling the NES, Nintendo's NES library and the Switch Netflix. That's funny. When did I start playing video games? Technically, I experienced video games while I was in the womb because my mother played some video games while she was pregnant with me. Generally I pronounce them NES and SNES, but like, if I want to save time, I will say NES is SNES. Cuphead is gonna be solo when I play that. Favorite Pokemon song? Bingo! I'll show you my favorite. You know what? My favorite Pokemon song? I'm pausing the music here because I have to look it up because it's one that is available. Also, bingo! Chris Fliz, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. Enjoy your 10 glass and he wants to sub for your sub. Mwah. It's not one from the game either. Let's see. There we go. I need to adjust the volume so it's not ear-wrenching. It's from the anime, yeah. I love this song so much. This is a remix of the third season's Japanese opening. It's so good. Like, the one thing that, like, comes out in my mind for this song is, Ash's Charizard versus Gary's Blastoise. No, this is Johto. Favorite Pokemon movie? I like the time travel one. That's 4, yeah. Or the Latios and Latios one. I like that one too. VOD muted, yeah. Ever listened to the Pokken Tournament DX soundtrack? Autumn Teller Town is a really good song. I'll have to listen to it. And watching the Pokemon Marathon? Yeah. Heroes, that was it. Yo, I was just on the, like this, I was, just flirting with this cute chick and suddenly she turns into a dragon. Is Ash a good trainer? False or mega false? He's not great. Honestly, he's more of a Pokemon sympathizer than, he's more of a Pokemon sympathizer than than like a Pokemon trainer. What real-world animal would you like to see a Pokemon version of? A stoat. Have you ever played a Spyro game? I have not. Stoke? No, stoat. S-T-O-A-T. It's like a weasel, but smaller. And in the winter, their coats turn white. Favorite Dark-type Pokemon? Oh, man. Isn't that a Furret? No, Furret's a weasel. It's too big to be a, Furret is too big to be a, stoat. Stoats are tiny. I can't think of a favorite Dark-type Pokemon. T-Tar's pretty good, yeah. What Pokemon do you want to see a different form of, like an Alola? I have no idea, man. A bad Pokemon I like to use? Garbodor. I had a Garbodor in my party when I first played through Pokemon Black and White.
You ever have one of those strange days where you're just not quite sure?
I don't think there's a platypus Pokemon.
What's going on? I step out the house, stop short, oh no. Read it by your punk bouncing on a pogo stick. I move quick, getting got to know what kind of place is this? I don't know. It's not a city that you like to go. There's all types of Eiffels, frightful foes, mean runaway dogs, spiteful crows. The goal is survival, so maybe I should go. Got no idea where I am.
I remember having a level 100 Pichu, another Platinum or Diamond. I remember the notch-eared Pichu from one of the events, which is how you, I think that's how you got Celebi in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. But he had yeah, but it couldn't evolve either. Favorite non-video game song? I like Rush. I like a lot of Rush songs. Limelight, Tom Sawyer, Fly By Night. Those are pretty good. Worst streaming equipment I own? Probably back when capture cards, they only made capture cards that, had, like, video delay on them. So I had to do this entire, like, setup where it's like I had to delay my audio. Then, there was so much workaround I had to do in order to get, like, stuff to work. It was shiny Pichu and spiny-eared Pichu. 100% from Hero Chaos Chow saying, this upcoming MagFest will be my first. Usually have great acts and something I can discover. Yeah! Guys you're listening to right now might be a MagFest. Worst game/stream experience? I can't think of one, honestly. I do like the fact that I've got the ability to block those out completely. I like Sherbet. Yeah, Sherbet's alright. What country I'd like to see turn to a region? I wouldn't mind seeing an African country turn to a Pokemon region. Ever D&D class? Combat-wise, 3.5 Monk was really overpowered. Fair Blade from Xenoblade 2? For spoiler's sake, I don't want to talk about that exactly. First thing I do if I was God? Probably a lot of political stuff. Do I enjoy shiny hunting, and do you ever consider streaming it one day? No, I find it dreadfully repetitive and boring. Oh, you made Sir Barrington, huh, Iceman? Favorite Pokemon game? I think the best memories from a Pokemon game I have came from Gold and Silver. Alternatively, I like Heart Gold and Soul Silver as well, because those are really good. The one I probably have the most time spent in the DS ones, because I actually had friends who played it. Friends? Apparently, like, growing up, I always had the wrong version of Pokemon. Because, like, all my friends would have blue version, I was the only one with red. All my friends had silver version, I was the only one with gold. Favorite Metroid power-up? Screw Attack. I love the Screw Attack. What if they do another planet as a Pokemon region? That'd be an interesting take on it. I don't know if they'd ever do that. The vertical green stripes are more vibrant on my shirt, which is why they're getting caught by the green screen. I wanted to, like, I want to see if I could, like, convince people to do a YouTube or, like, Twitch Pokemon League. Where, I don't know, like, I feel like that'd be something that we'd kind of have to confer with Twitch about as well. Where, like, each like, streamer or something had has, like, like, a special emote that's, like, their badge. And when like, a challenger beats that streamer, then they get that badge as an emote. D&D class is worse, and why is it the Bard? The Bard's actually pretty good when they switched over D&D to be more role-playing based as opposed to combat-based. What game do I have on that Wiimote disconnected screen? That was Metroid Prime 3. That's what we're gonna be playing today until I was like, yeah, screw it, I don't want to play it. That would suck for streams getting like, yeah. I mean, like, you kind of have to like sort of like open up like a request line and only do like a certain amount of them for each one. And you'd have to have like teams prepared depending on how many. Well, I guess you wouldn't really have to have teams prepared. But I feel like it'd be like having each one based on type would be relatively fair as well. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Favorite and least favorite gym leader. I don't know. I had green lenses at one point, but there were more, it was such a dark green, it might as well have been black. Favorite ice cream flavor? Cherry Garcia is a good one. Winnie's your least favorite because of a goddamn milk tank? Well, let me tell you something, buddy. In the Goldenrod department store, there is somebody in there who will trade you a Machop, a female Machop, for a Drowsy. So that is a Pokemon that you normally cannot get until much later, but it's female, so it won't be hit by Attract. It's fighting type, so rollout won't be as very effective, and if it has any fighting type moves, then it'll be super effective against Miltank. What's the story behind the tinted glasses? I thought they looked cool. Not much gringing. No, not much gringing at all for Machop. I wouldn't be wearing them if I didn't think they look cool. Played Etri and Ozzy a little bit, couldn't really get into it. What's the name of this Earthbound cover? This is the Motherload album by Super Soul Bros. Favorite legendary Pokemon? Kyogre. Cause Drizzle, with Drizzle I had let's see, I had Surf, Thunder, Ice Beam, and I think I had Hydro Pump on that as well. I probably could have traded up for a different one. Favorite Eevee evolution. Not sure. I like Espeon. Favorite mythical Pokemon. Dun, 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 dun. Good music. Did I ever think to start streaming? I just graduated college. I was still making YouTube videos at the time. Saw other people were streaming. It's like, I'll give it a shot. It worked out, so I kept going. I think that was the last one on Motherload. There's some pretty short albums on here. How about Stritch's Brew? What kind of car do I own? I'd rather not say, because I don't want to be identified by that. Why blue glasses? I think they look cool. Favorite food? That's a tough one. I like all food. I'm a big sugar junkie, so probably something dessert-based. Do I go to GDQ events? I do not. I like watching them, but I've never been to one. Who had the most fun playing games with? I think I probably had the most fun playing games with the Runaway guys. Favorite video game music composer? I don't know all of them off the top of my head. You seen the Chugga's Arc Steven vlog? Yeah, I've been keeping up with those.
Bingo!
Bingo! The Espeon Princess, thank you for the 9 months of Twitch Prime. Keep enjoying those tender glassed emotes. There's a sub for your sub. Mwah. The best saying, hi Tom, just dropping by, turn into resub and say hi. I've been a little too black side, but luckily I have friends to help me get by, and your vids help too. Stay awesome, Tom. Well, I hope things get better for you, the Espeon Princess. Oh yeah, it's still September. Do you remember to gift a new sub in September? Standing for $1. Have I played Gravity Rush? Yes, when I used to own a PlayStation Vita, and Gravity Rush was a free game that came with it. So I played that for a little bit. Didn't get too far in it though. I can't say what my favorite game soundtrack is because there's so many good ones. I'm pretty. I'm gonna silence the Vita. I want to pick one up at some point again. Oh, you. Am I gonna get Starlinks? If I do get Starlinks, the only reason is for that R-Wing figure. Did I ever build my Nintendo Labo? Nope, they're sitting on my couch. Any plans to stream ARMS, Cookie, or otherwise? No, I couldn't really get into it. Favorite LP out of all the ones I've done in the past? Probably Fire Emblem Awakening. Favorite Zelda game? This is always a loaded question because it's always a tie between A Link to the Past and Majora's Mask. Shadow Dunban, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Enjoy your 10 o'clock and emotes to the sub for your sub. Mwah. That was my first console or handheld. First one I bought personally was a GameCube, but I would receive them as like gifts and whatnot for like Christmas and birthdays. The first one I ever played / owned, because technically my family owned it, was oh boy, the NES. The NES was the first one. I ever do one of the early Fire Emblem games before Awakening. I played the remake of Gaiden. which is all right. It's my biggest issue with Gaiden was the difficulty leap. At like a point of no there's like a difficulty spike at a point of no return. Thoughts on the PS1 Classic? I mean, as a collector, I pre-ordered it, so. Is this still Soul Bros? Yeah, I'm just like going through their albums and playing more and more of them. What games do I want in the PS1 Classic? I don't know, cause I didn't really grow up with the PlayStation. I didn't grow up with a PlayStation 1 growing up. The first PlayStation console we ever had in our household, my brother bought a PlayStation 2. So I'm not sure on that one. We basically were a Nintendo household until we got the PS2. I don't think they would. Yeah, that's the thing. I would want Monster Rancher on there, but it'd be really weird to play since you wouldn't be able to put discs in there. Diablo for the PS1. What other country would I like to visit? I've been to England, I've been to Greece, I've been to Spain. I wouldn't mind going into one of those further, like, Eastern European countries at one point. I'd also want to go to Australia and Japan. Have you ever played or seen any of Mother 3? I've seen a bit of Mother 3, but I've never played it. I'm holding out for, the official localization. But I think if I'm ever at a point where I've got, like, a terminal disease and I'm, like, on my deathbed, then and they still haven't released Mother 3, then I'll, in the US, then I'll probably download a ROM of it. How's the family? Doing good. I just talked to my dad the other day. Who would you like to see as an assist trophy in Smash Ultimate? I mean, like, that might as well just be asking who I'd like to see as a character. Because, like, honestly, like, I don't know. Like, Goku as an assist trophy. Just to stick it to all the people who want him as a character. My dad into gaming? A little bit. He played a lot of NES games, after my brother was born. Oh, happy birthday, Dr. Yoshi. The boofers? Boofers are good. I think Sputnik's a little bit overweight, but we're working on it. It's hard to tell if he's overweight or not because when his hair gets long, he gets so fluffy, and so it looks like he's fat when he's probably not. And, Bear's getting up there in years. She turns 12 in November. And she's a Sharpay, so, she's quite over the hill on the average lifespan of a Sharpay. I like Flying Battery Zone, like what's playing right now. No, my brother's got a couple of dogs as well. He's got, I don't remember what breed their older dog is, but she was a rescue and they don't really know how old she is, but they think she's kind of up there in years because she's starting to show some health problems. Their other one is a rat terrier puppy named Clyde. Before my brother started dating his current wife, she had a rat terrier named Max. Actually, you guys should remember the rat terrier from like Christmas a couple years ago, because I had asked Twitter to give me suggestions for names of the asked for suggestions for the name for the puppy that they had just gotten. But yeah. But anyway, they had she had a rat terrier named Max, and he sadly passed on a few years ago. And so one Christmas, my brother, I think she knew they were getting a dog at some point, just didn't really know that what was for Christmas. So Clyde was a surprise to my sister-in-law. I'm trying to think if any of my other family members have pets. My cousins, my dad's oldest brother had a golden retriever named Shannon. That dog would not die. So just to give you an idea of how, like, honestly, she probably should have been put down a long time ago, because I'm trying to think. She was in her 20s when they finally decided to put her down. But like she had cancer. She was deaf, and she was going blind. So there was like there was a lot that the dog that there like she was probably living in pain for quite a while. And to give you an idea just of how durable this dog was, mind you, she was almost completely blind at this point, but in the last week of her life, she ran away from home for 3 days, got hit by a car. I think like one other like bad thing happened to her, and she was just like, she just was fine. After she when she got hit by the car, like nothing broken, nothing like bad happened to her, and she was just like there. They took her to the vet, absolutely fine. And she ran away for 3 days, and when they got her back, took her to the vet again, absolutely fine. You know, aside from the problems she already had. And at that point, they were like, okay, we're gonna put her down. She was the most durable dog ever. She was a sweetheart, though. She never, all the dogs that my uncle had, my dad's oldest brother, had, were always, like, very loyal to him. It's like they had, like, I'm trying to think, my aunt had a dog that she couldn't keep because of her job and, like, her living situation. So she, ended up giving it to my uncle. And, like, that dog was, like a young dog, so, like, very hyperactive and very, like, you know, very, like, mischievous, but, like, left the dog there, came back the next year, that dog was, like, much more well-behaved and, like, always at the side of my uncle, so, you know, it's very interesting there to see that go down. She was a nice dog, too. I can't remember what breed she was, though. I think her name was Millie. Of all the dogs I had, we had... my dog experience has been a trip, because we got a 4-year-old Shar-Pei as my first dog. Like, when we got her, she was 4 years old. And she came to us. When she came to us, we quickly found out that she was overweight. Not severely overweight, but, like, overweight enough where it could become a problem if left unchecked. And she was afraid of all of us. And that was because the previous owner had somebody come in to watch her, and that person who would come in to watch her would abuse her. So she was afraid of all of us and took a long time to warm up to all of us. Also, I was 10 years old at the time, so I didn't really understand like the sort of like the boundaries you're supposed to kind of keep with dogs there. So pretty much up until the day she croaked, she hated me. Our next dog was another Shar-Pei. We got her as a puppy, but she was the runt of the litter. So her entire life she had health problems. But she was a very sweet dog, very kind. The only issue we had with her, unfortunately, was because she sort of... So our first dog, Jenny, before we got her, she had puppies. So she was a very motherly dog. So when we got our second dog, her original name was Melanie, but they let me name her because and I was 12 at the time, so we named her Pork Chop. She was a sweet little thing. But like she very much followed Jenny because Jenny was like so motherly. And so Pork Chop really liked everybody in our family, hated everybody else. She was just awful to like everybody, everybody else who would like come in. But I guess like sort of fortunately / unfortunately, she didn't have a lot of energy because she was the runt, so she had like a lot of health problems, so she didn't have a lot of energy. So fortunately, she didn't never did anything bad to like visitors and whatnot. Then we got Bear. So then, while we had Pork Chop, Jenny passed away. And a few years later, we got Bear. Bear... I don't remember where we got Bear from. I know we had her flown in. Same with Jenny. Jenny was from Florida originally. But Bear was the healthiest dog we had ever owned because we got her when she was young. We fed her right. We took her for regular visits to like doctors and whatnot. Or vets, I suppose. Very high energy, would follow Pork Chop. So in the same vein as Pork Chop to Jenny, Bear liked everybody in the family but hated everybody else. But Bear quickly outgrew the support from Pork Chop because Pork Chop never had any puppies, so she didn't have any maternal instincts. So Bear sort of like wasn't as much of a follower to Pork Chop as Pork Chop was to Jenny. And Bear ended up being much more independent and much more active than Pork Chop as well. So Pork Chop, Bear. So you can also see a progression of how our dogs like grew to like hate people as well. So Jenny hated everyone in our family, slowly grew to like people. Pork Chop hated everybody except people in our immediate family. Bear liked the family and a few choice people who would visit our house often, but hated everybody else. Pork Chop sadly passed away at like the earlier end of like the Shar-Pei's lifespan. She was only 6 when she passed away. I think Jenny was 8. We had I think Jenny got some form of like colon cancer, and we had her put down, and Pork Chop had kidney failure. Bear's still alive and kicking. So Pork Chop passed away. I don't exactly remember when. In that time, Bear ran we lost Bear at one point. She got off her leash in the park one time. We couldn't find. Well, she was still on her leash, but she broke free of like whoever was holding her, and basically got lost in the woods at one point. So she was lost for like I think like 3 or 4 days before we ended up finding her. And so my dad ended up finding her like in the same park where we lost her. And like by that point she had sort of like reverted to being feral a little bit. But then like once she caught a whiff of my dad and once she caught a whiff of like a familiar scent from like my mother, you know, she immediately perked up and was like super happy to see him, and like, you know, it was, you know, a lot of tears were shed when she came home. A lot of tears were shed when she got lost. And then after that, we ended up getting Sputnik. Sputnik, I think we got from upstate New York. from somebody who rescued pregnant dogs and would take in the puppies, or would take in the pregnant dogs and then sort of like, you know, have the puppies on hand and like take care of the puppies until they were ready to be put up for adoption. And so we got Sputnik from that litter. I think Sputnik was the only dog, aside from Jenny. Jenny and Sputnik were dogs that we didn't rename from their original names. I don't even remember what Bear's original name was, but we ended up calling her Pear. Pear? Bear. I'm sorry, I saw Notice Me Tompe, which made me think of Pompeii. So I guess I've noticed you. Upstate New York, oh god, the Steam Hams things. Okay, the Steam Hams memes. But anyway, we got Sputnik. So Bear didn't have any maternal instincts either, and she was also a lot more, like, active than, Porkchop was, so she immediately went in to start playing with Sputnik when he was a puppy, but because he was, like, such a young puppy, he couldn't really play back, so, like, the second she started, we, like, sort of grabbed Bear and pulled her back, and we sort of had, like, limited, interactions with Bear and Sputnik until Bear realized this is a tiny doggo. I cannot do bad thing to tiny doggo. And Sputnik loved everybody. Sputnik, you could really tell with Sputnik that, like, because Bear would bark at everybody in sort of like a security, like, intruder, intruder, they're here, they're coming, yada yada yada. Sputnik barked at people in a way that was like, oh my god, there's somebody here! Ah! And, like, so Sputnik loved everybody. Except children. He wasn't familiar with children at all. So when, like, we would have, like, parties with our family, and, like, and like, friends and family would bring their young kids by, Sputnik would go nuts, because he wouldn't see them as another person, he'd see them as an entirely different, like, being, and get, like, super aggressive towards them. Why was he named after the first man-made satellite? The entire litter was named after, like, space themed. So you had, like, ones that were named after constellations, ones that were named after spacecrafts, things like that. So yeah, so in terms of our dogs hating people, Sputnik was the most friendly to, like, everybody. And then, like, while we had Sputnik, Bear sort of grew more, like calm, like, more calm, because, like, she would see Sputnik sort of interacting with people and realize that they're not a threat, so she kind of calmed down in the front of being like, okay, you know, not every human that comes to our door is bad, got it. And so, like, she began to, like, trust a lot more people that would normally come over to our house. And, they're both still alive. Bear's getting up in years. And, Sputnik actually was the first dog that wasn't a purebred Shar-Pei that we had. Sputnik was like a mix of a lot of things, because the litter had multiple fathers to it. In John's stream, he shows the donator bit from SGDQ. Oh yeah, no, I remember getting in his Squirtle. But no, the litter that Sputnik was from had multiple fathers, so we don't know exactly what breeds he's got in him. The mother, though, was a mix of Black Lab and Shar-Pei. I think he's also got some Newfoundland and Portuguese Water Dog in him, though. So anyway, I just told you my life story of all the dogs I owned, so I hope you all enjoyed that. Yeah, Spud's like a mutt, like a bona fide certified mutt. How would a litter of dogs have multiple dads? Because they were, let's see. Because I think, like, I'm trying to really think of, like, where they were rescued from and, like, why exactly. But I'm pretty sure it was just that male dogs kept boning her, basically. Boning the mother of the litter. As is nature. 100 bits from HeroCast Chell saying, hope your dogs live and have many happy years to come. My dog, Corgi, sadly passed away in 2016. He was 13, he was such a happy little guy, I miss him. Yeah, Sputnik's really healthy. Possibly a little bit overweight, but again, he's really fluffy, so it's kind of hard to tell. Ooh. There was also the time that Sputnik fell in the pool. In my house in Connecticut, we had a pool in the backyard. So there was one night where I let the dogs out to go to the bathroom, and when he came back in, he was soaking wet. I was wondering how it happened. Maybe he'd rolled around like in the grass outside, like in the dew and whatnot, and got wet from that. Turned to the pool, like the water was moving as though somebody just jumped into it. So fortunately, he found his way out of the pool. I don't think like the water thing is really like instinctual, so you kind of have to like introduce them to water as time goes on. Civ 6 being on the Switch is pretty cool, in my opinion. IMO. Da-na-na-na. Do you have any cat? I'm allergic to cats. I wouldn't mind getting a cat if I wasn't allergic to them. But, I don't know if you guys saw the TRG vlog I did a few years ago when we were recording Rayman Legends. But, in one of those shots, my eyes were, like, completely bloodshot, and that was the first day I'd gone to a meals place. Kirby's the sweetest cat I've ever met, by the way. Yeah, the Momocon video. Can allergies just go away? I wish. What was the... Have you ever seen, like, it was like a... Like, someone was talking... Like, it was... Oh, God. It was like an ad for Benadryl, but it was just something that somebody made up. Where it was, the tagline was, you can't be allergic to stuff if you're unconscious. Because of how Benadryl just makes you like really drowsy. Yeah, there you go, can't sneeze if you're unconscious. It's not, yeah, it makes you super drowsy, so, like, you're just like dead for the day. Favorite Bongo Cat video? I think the one of like the, what is it called, like Michiri or something like that? The one where it's like, it like starts off with like drums and a tambourine, then like slowly builds up with a xylophone, and then like a recorder comes in with the actual melody. Michiri Neko March, yes, that's the one. There's a Bongo Cat version of that. That video! Yeah, no, Emil's a goat. For letting, like, Steven's parents and all their pets stay with him during Hurricane Florence. Goat, by the way, means guy of all time. Well, I think it's supposed to be game of all time, but I'm saying is like guy of all time. Patty, yep, Patty's got Bongo Cat. I think Josh has greatest of all time. There we go. He was also taking care of Masei's pets. I didn't know Masei had a ferret. What's like the other... What's the other name for a ferret? Like the sort of like doggo version of a ferret? Yeah, Steven showed it off in his vlog. Tube cat, there we go. I was thinking of like, what about those sugar gliders? A couple friends I had in college had sugar gliders. They originally had one and then realized that they needed to more or less be in pairs, so they got a second sugar glider. I don't remember what their names were. It was a lot of fun though whenever it was like, because they sort of like took shifts in like in holding on to them, so the sugar gliders bonded to both of them. But like when they first got them, it was people who were dating at the time. They're married now, actually. Now that I think about it, they came up to us like we were sitting in the common area in our dorm. They came in with the sugar gliders and they were like, "Hey, you want to see something cool?" Pulled up the sugar glider out of the pouch, went to one corner of the room, held their arm up straight up, and the sugar glider jumped from one of them to the other one. Later, Reap. Have I seen Ready Player One? Yeah. That's a good brain turn-off movie, I'd say. Because it kind of like contradicts a lot of the book. Rated from 1 to 10, probably a solid 7. Have I ever played Terraria? I don't like it. That's why they call me Sonic. I'm faster than the speed of sound that combine. I keep finding myself singing like Dwayne and or what? It's something in Brando, like the Amazing Brando raps. Is it? Hold on, I gotta look them up now because I don't remember. I don't think it's Dwayne and Brando. It is Dwayne and Brando. Oh yeah. Okay. I couldn't get into Terraria. I like the reason that it threw me off was because of how Dwayne is spelled. I was expecting like D-W-A-Y-N-E. Favorite psychic type Pokemon? I don't know. The Abra lineup is pretty good. Rates pretty high up there for me, just because I like the idea of like the holding spoons. Hero Chaos Child with 100 bits saying, "Speaking of the Amazing Brando, have you heard his version of One Winged Angel?" I have not. I only really know 2 songs from him. This one, their Castlevania 3 one. Do I play Pokken? No, not really. Thoughts on DBZ episode 69? They made 9 more episodes. It was good. It was, you know, it would be a good bookend if they did decide to end the series there. What Let's Play are you willing to do that your fans wouldn't likely expect me to play? Here's the thing, if they don't expect it, or it's like they don't like the game, then they won't watch it, so I kinda have to stick to what, like, what my viewership would want. First Let's Player you met? I mean... Oh man, that's kinda tough, because a lot of the people I knew, like, when I was started off doing YouTube were all like machinima people, like they make machinimas instead. So I don't really know. I'm interested to see how my next Let's Play does. Because I'm not sure how people are gonna take it. We'll see though, we'll see. Fairmo from DBZ A60. The Krillin own counter going backwards. That was my favorite moment, like, that was so good. How goes getting that Skyrim VR headset up? I can actually show you, if I'm here actually. Give me 1 second, I'll show you. what else about? I'll just use that as the monitor for now. I talked about this on the vlog a little bit. So, you ready for some Inception here? I've got OBS open on here. And let me go to 16:9 so you can see. There is a thing right here that I can't read because it's not full screen right now, but basically this is a plugin for OBS that takes one of the eyes on the VR headset and makes it into a source on OBS. So I don't have everything set up right now, so I don't think it would actually work. But basically, like OpenGL cap more or less pretty much. And my plan for that is to make this let's see if I can figure it out in there. Enable preview, lock preview. I can't read it. Hold on, let me make this a little. I tried. Okay, so you see my mouse here? I tried going up to adjust my OBS window that I'm looking at right now. Not this one, the one that I'm broadcasting on. But anyway, I think it's, yeah, so I could do that. Oh boy. Well, that was the wrong one. There we go. So this would be where Skyrim would show up on here, and on this like black screen, because now it's showing off full screen. You can't see it obviously, but it's showing off full screen there. I also need to. There we go. And then I plan on capturing that not on that OBS, but on the Elgato game capture on the computer that I'm currently streaming from. So, this computer that I'm on where the mouse is that you can see is my gaming computer. And then, the one I'm currently streaming on right now is not. So that's how I plan on getting past that little issue that I was having before. You're shifting back and forth between those PCs. Pretty much, yeah. I don't really know about the Marshmallow. I don't know much about the Marshmallow Club. I'd have to learn more before I'd make an informed decision on whether or not I want to join. Right now, it's no. I ever consider playing through Hollow Knight? I've heard good things about it, so maybe. There's a lot of indie games that I missed out on that I need to play. One of which is, let's see. What was it called? Bloodstained Curse of the Moon. That's one of the ones I need to get into. I backed that and I haven't played it yet. Favorite indie game? Probably Shovel Knight. It's kind of weird because like sometimes like indie games will get to a point where it's like, can you still consider them indie games? Like Undertale and Minecraft have blown up so much that can you consider them indie games? Any chance of reviving Monster Hunter? Probably not. The grind for that was a little bit long for me. Would I do another Pokemon stream someday to collect all like you did for a charity stream you did a long while ago? Yeah, because that was a 40-hour stream. That'd be fun to do. They're made by one guy, that's all that matters. Yeah, but Minecraft is now like published by Microsoft, technically, so can it still be considered an indie game? Most famous person I've ever met. Probably like, when I went to Youmacon back in 2016, I met a bunch of like anime voice actors. Ian Sinclair, John St. John. Notch does not work on Minecraft. No, he gave up the reins to that quite a while ago, actually. You think we'll get first, a new F-Zero game, or the localization of Mother 3? I'd honestly say an F-Zero game would be more likely. Sorry, excuse me, my disgusting dabbing habit. Hey G, why am I such a cool dude? Oh man, that's a loaded question. Tom Dabwin. I need to get on like a bunch of stuff. I need to update the description that like down below the stream. I want to get like a graphic designer to make stuff, but like I would need to see like the problem is I understand like how valuable I understand the value of art and graphic design, but I'd also want to see like samples of something before I end up investing in it. But it doesn't seem fair to be like, oh, can you make a mock-up of this thing I want? And like, have the mock-up come and me be like, nah, I don't like that, change it, and not pay for it, ugh. Most hilarious Mario Kart moment? I'm fond of the smuggling gorillas bit. Also, Rob had a really good one that he talked about to me where I think like I want to say Golem was in first and I was in second, and I somehow got a blue shell in second and threw it at Golem, and Golem started shouting, "He got the item! He got the dirty bitch item!" Sorry, I was just looking up something. See any Doom Eternal gameplay and interested about it? Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely interested, definitely. How do you explain playing video games for a living to normal people? I just say I play video games for a living and leave them, like, befuddled. Although nowadays it's becoming more socially acceptable. So I guess, like, if I say I play video games for a living, then they'll sort of, like, delve more into it and be like, oh, do you play, so are you a QA tester, or do you make YouTube videos? Like, that kind of thing. Any interest in the Resident Evil 2 remake? I never played the original Resident Evil, so not really. Hey, are you one of them fort fighters? Or video game genre? Probably platformer. My favorite incarnation of Link. I've always seen Link as sort of like, you sort of project a personality onto him yourself. So I guess like, Ocarina of Time would probably be my favorite incarnation. Cause I don't know, while I find it amusing, I prefer Links that don't have a lot of personality over the Links that have like a ton of personality. Would I play the Spyro trilogy? Yeah, I still gotta finish Crash Bandicoot 3 as well. Fair platformer outside of big franchises, like not Mario, not Crash, etc. Shovel Knight and A Hat in Time. If I had to go 2D and 3D respectively, Shovel Knight and A Hat in Time. And go for it. If they're, you know, if they're based on what I do, then I'm more flattered than anything. If you know, just so long as it's not like gonna like besmirch my reputation or anything like that, then I'm fine. I'd be excited if Banjo-Kazooie got into Smash. And sort of lament that there'd never be another Banjo-Kazooie game ever again because of how Microsoft kind of handles that. Favorite level in the Donkey Kong series between the first 3 and 64? Despite it being frustrating, I like Animal Antics a lot from DKC 2. Yeah, the problem with Nuts and Bolts wasn't that it was a bad game, but it was a bad Banjo game. Like, it wasn't a game that you would expect Banjo-Kazooie to be a part of. Because I've had vehicles in Banjo games before, but they were like, most of the time it was like on-rails stuff, like the UFO game in Banjo-Tooie. Or the, again in Banjo-Tooie, the Canary Mary races. Why doesn't Microsoft give Rare back to Nintendo since they don't seem to care about it? Well, they do seem to care about it because Sea of Thieves is one of their larger money-making games at this point. At least in terms of Microsoft originals. What developers would I be okay with having the Banjo-Kazooie IP? Retro Studios, be interesting if Playtonic bought it back. Since a lot of those guys are former Rare devs to begin with. There's Sailor Scout from Sailor Moon. I like Mars. You saw how lukewarm Ukulele was? Here's the thing with Ukulele. Its biggest strength and weakness was that it was like Banjo-Kazooie. Strength in that you got a lot of the nostalgia factor back with the gameplay being almost identical to Banjo-Kazooie, but weakness in the fact that there was nothing really new about it. When you played Ukulele, you got like if you wanted Banjo-Kazooie, you got exactly that, Banjo-Kazooie. Like, there was nothing that really, aside from like a graphics update and like the models being smoother, you really didn't get anything different from Banjo-Kazooie and Ukulele. Which for me is fine, I love those old style platformer games. Think about Smashy Smash so far? I think it's looking to be pretty solid. I want to see more. I want to see more customization options because what I really want to do in terms of like Smash content is custom game types. I feel like that's a really untapped market because a lot of people will generally get into Smash. The more casual side of it will get into Smash for like a month or so and then drop it off. Meanwhile, competitive still goes strong. I want to see if I can extend the longevity of Smash Ultimate for casual players to play by making a lot of like casual game types. 100% from Hero Chaos Chow saying, what I want personally was a Banjo-Kazooie, but made in 2017. There were tons of design choices that were extremely archaic in it. Just because it was like Banjo-Kazooie didn't mean that it should emulate how they were back in 1998 and 2000 respectively. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying was their greatest strength and weakness. Thoughts on Nintendo Switch Online so far? $20 for a library of NES games I can play online isn't bad. With like the library constantly expanding, I'm okay with paying $20 a year for that. I think the two blurred out menu items are in Super Smash Ultimate menu. I think they're the same thing. I think one of them is sort of just like a quick menu for it, like if you're in a different mode or something like that. And it's probably gonna be something definitely. You know what? We didn't see stadium events in there, so it'll probably be something relating to stadium events, like home run contest or like you know, event matches, multi-man melee, things like that. How did you find the NES Online games work? Did you have a peer-to-peer connection settings in place? I haven't been able to connect to anyone yet. So we tried low latency on Super Mario Bros. 3, and there were some connection issues. My biggest gripe with it, though, wasn't the connection issues. It was the fact that every time there were connection issues, from the top, like a notification would drop down saying that you were having connection issues, which makes it really obnoxious for capturing, one, and two, especially in like Super Mario games where you can theoretically be up that high on the top of the screen, blocking your view from where you're going. So I really wish there was a way to just turn off those notifications. A rare, valuable game at the garage sale. So I would not tell them. I would not tell them that they're selling a rare and valuable game for a few bucks, because to them it's junk. I'm not gonna arm them with the knowledge that what they're selling is. I did that once, actually. There was a woman who came into my GameStop one time who wanted to sell, I think it was Super Mario All-Stars and Super Mario RPG, but at that point, GameStop didn't take in classic games. I told her I would give her $10 for each of them, but we couldn't do it in the store. So I met her later, like at a parking lot somewhere, basically like a Craigslist transaction. Gave her $10 for both of them. Casual games am I playing off stream? I guess Pokemon Go. Back alley deals with Tom. That's how I got my copy of Mario RPG. Haven't done a Mewtwo raid yet. No, but they're gonna be around for a long time, so I don't really have to worry about that too much. I've answered this already. I've been worried about more about the egg event to get Mr. Mime and Kangaskhan. I already have Farfetch'd. I don't like my steak, medium rare. You got the stuff. Hand over Super Mario RPG.
Yeah.
I really, at some point, want to splurge on an in-box copy of Earthbound. And when I say in-box, I mean with all the stuff that's in it. Favorite Bowser's Castle in Mario Kart? I like the GameCube one. Favorite Mario spin-off game? Probably the Mario Party games. What game system would you go for a complete collection of? Probably N64, since that's probably my biggest video game collection right now. In terms of like percentage between games that are games I have versus total games in there. Am I gonna get the derps over to do Super Mario Party? If they want to. What would you like in an N64 classic? That actually is oh my god. Well, I just came up with a conspiracy theory surrounding Smash. Should they have like another Direct or like Smash announcement or anything like that? No, it would be a Direct where they announce an N64 classic and then they would announce Banjo-Kazooie on the classic, which would lead into Banjo-Kazooie getting announced for Smash. That would be the best tie-in for that if they did an N64 classic. Like the Isabelle announcement. Yeah, kind of. Except the Isabelle announcement, it was Isabelle first, then Animal Crossing. It's really funny. I feel like these people who watch Nintendo Directs are more starved for information than they are for the actual games. Because a lot of the times, like, I'll see it where it's like, oh, these games are being announced and released, and then launch day comes and sales aren't great. Oh man, he's in Smash, and I'm not gonna play it. Are we still doing the Tangled Chords podcast? No, we announced before that we're taking a break from doing the podcast. I think we're also retiring the name Tangled Chords, so if we do get a podcast back going up, then it won't have the Tangled Chords name. What do I think of Switch Paid Online? I said my piece on this already. $20 a month for an expanding library of NES games you could play multiplayer online with people. I think is a pretty fair trade for $20 a year. Did I say $20 a month? I ended it with $20 a year. What are the odds of a Diddy Kong Racing expansion for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe? Ha! That's probably about it. Have I ever had In-N-Out Burger before? Yes. When in 2014, I visited Lyle Rath at his place of business. There was an In-N-Out within walking distance of his house, of his apartment at the time. So we walked there. It was pretty good. I mean, it's one of the higher up burgers that I've had, but yeah. I love Pete Terry's here in Austin. Pete Terry's is awesome. Never had a proper burger? What do you mean by proper burger? He's saying like one that's like only had lunch. I have no idea what the difference between a luncheon burger and a proper burger is. My chat has stopped for me, so if you're saying stuff, then I can't see it. There we go. Fair pizza topping. Hard to say. I like the concept of a fat Hawaiian that I came up with where it's bacon and pineapple. Do I drink tea? If so, what kind? Chamomile. Love me that chamomile. More about how they're prepped. Luncheon burger is like high school quality meat, whereas a proper oh, okay. Am I wearing a wig from Party City? No, this is my hair. Coffee drinker? No, I love the smell, hate the taste. opinion on Dippin' Dots. I think they're wasteful. I think it'd be better just to have machines that just serve ice cream as opposed to having, like, future ice cream. Although, I'm not so opposed to them as who was it, Scaramucci? Can't stand store-bought coffee? Oh, I walked down, like, the aisles of, like, the coffee aisle of my supermarket just to get, like, a good smell in, because it smells so good. So rich and delightful. Thoughts on people who whiten their teeth? I wish I did that. I need to go to the dentist at some point, because my last appointment I had was August of last year, and you're supposed to go every 6 months, so... Fun fact, Pixar's WALL-E's now over 10 years old. It seems like we're going straight for that future that WALL-E predicted. I don't have dental insurance either. Last time I went, it was all out of pocket. I had to get 4 giant cavities filled. Those cavities were really interesting too, because when I went in for my initial checkup, the dental assistant said that they were like pinhole size, so it wouldn't be that long to fill them in. But then when we got the x-rays back, it turns out that the hole for the cavity was pin size, but it was like cavernous on the inside of that pinhole. And one of them was basically like probably like a few weeks away from having to be a root canal. I've broken any bones? I've never broken a bone. I've sprained my ankle, and I've injured my toe in a way where I can't bend it anymore, but never or I can still bend it, but I can't bend it as much anymore, but never broken a bone. I've had all my wisdom teeth removed. I now only have 28 teeth instead of the normal allotment of 32. Ever had to kick somebody out of GameStop? No, we never had any, like, crazies. We had angry people, but never any, like, never any people that were belligerent enough to be kicked out. At least not while I was on shift. I had someone who came in that, ripped open some, packages of accessories and tried to trade them back in. He was banned from the store. I've had, someone who came in, ranting about politics, and I just went along with it because I didn't want to get into an argument with the guy. And, I had the people the day after Christmas that, were acting like a couple of 8-year-olds. They've always, like, grimaced, at the fact that, like, they wanted more money than I was offering them, but I tell them the same thing every time. If you want more money for this, then you gotta put in the legwork to sell it for the price that you want it for. And the missing egg story. Still never found that egg. Maybe I did throw it out, because it hasn't stunk in there. Recommend working in a game store. I mean, like, if you need a job, then go for it. For fun, it's sort of what you make of it, as well as how well you can deal with people. In terms of, like, big chain game stores, I recommend steering away because to the higher-ups, it's all numbers, 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 and if you're not meeting those numbers, then you're failing as an employee. I like that one. Is you watching the Smurfs wearing those glasses, just you watching White Pants. No, in terms of like, I don't know, it's kind of like when you look at sunglasses from far away and it looks like they're just like pitch black, and then when you put them on, it's not as bad. I guess like the light is diffused differently at different distances, because like it's not, everything's not nearly as blue as you think it is just looking at me wearing these. They didn't turn all of them around, but there were people in our store who wanted to buy an M-rated game. They didn't have ID on them, so they went around to like different sections and started turning around all the display cases. Not like the display cases of like DS games or anything like that, but like the cases of games that we had, like the empty cases of games we have on the shelves. They just like turned all of them around. Well, not all of them, but like enough of them to be obnoxious. Important tips about game collecting, such as going to conventions and retro game stores. If it's not a chain and you're buying a lot of games at the same time, see if you could talk down the price a few bucks. What's the opacity on those glasses? These are 50% tint. Worst experience working at GameStop? My first midnight launch, I think it was either a Halo game or a Call of Duty game. Yeah, it was either Halo 4 or Call of Duty Black Ops 2? It was built up to be a lot more stressful than it actually was. And that got me like really like bothered to the point where I to a customer's face told them to go fuck themselves. The only person who heard it was, the only other employee who heard it was another SGA, and the managers never found out about it. We're doing Secret Santa this year. No, I think a lot of us are traveling for Christmas, so we're probably not, so the rest of the derps and I probably aren't going to do a Secret Santa. Any real weird rules for employees at GameStop? No, if there were any, then I broke them. Did I have to work Black Friday? Yeah, it wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Here's how it went. I worked the opening shift for Black Friday, and well, also the place where the GameStop I worked at was a I sort of call it the checkpoint GameStop. Because it was a small GameStop between two larger GameStops on either side of us. And by that I mean like, you know, we were positioned in like the midpoint between these two giant GameStops that people would normally go to. Like we were the one where it's like, we were the GameStop where it's like, going east to this GameStop is too far, but going west to GameStop is too far, so we'll go to this one. So there weren't as many customers there on Black Friday. It was still quite the wave though. Everyone was very like orderly and whatnot, and then we dealt with everything like as quickly as possible. No big hiccups there. And then like around like 2 or 3 a.m. We open at midnight. Around like 2 or 3 a.m. it just dies. Like maybe like one customer will come in between that point and like 7 a.m. Maybe even like 8 a.m. like further down the line there. And in that time, like our job at that point, because corporate knows that that's like the quietest moment ever in like GameStop history, unless you're like in like a really big store, like one in New York City. So they have us, so they basically just have us going through all the shelves and like reorganizing everything during that time. Ever get the Do You Have Battletoads call? Yeah, I said yes. Some girl 8675309. Great name, by the way. Took me a minute to get that. Welcome to the stream. What's some of my favorite fan art? Recently, one of my favorites was one from my Ocarina of Time randomizer, where it was after I had spoiler, by the way, for my Let's Play. I found one of like the key items to beating the game, like as I was like trying to avoid the water temple with a passion. And so I got that item and just like beat the game there. And somebody drew like me as the guess I'll die meme with a caption that said, guess I'll win. Ever watch Undergrads? If yes, how do you feel about the upcoming Kickstarter? I've never watched Undergrads, G. I mean, to sit down and watch it sometime. It's, oh lord. I went back to the Kickstarters, quite a few actually. I backed a Hat in Time. I don't remember if that was Indiegogo or not, but I backed a Hat in Time. I backed Bloodstained. I backed a bunch of others that never got completed. I wish I backed Shovel Knight. Because I wouldn't have mind doing the tier that got your face in the, like the museum, area there. How'd the idea of Lord Donator to be? Well, if you watch the second day from, of the TRG Colosseum, from the beginning, then, what was it? Then you saw the conception of that. Like, I came down like a few minutes after they started in my bathrobe while they were playing Mario Kart, and I was reading donations for them. And they, and like, I was like, yes. I was acting like I was acting like a monk at first, because it's like, yes, I am in my robe, and here are the sacred texts, and it was like all the donations. And then, so I think one of them called me like a Dark Lord or something like that, and I'm like, yeah, I'm Lord Donator or something like that, and I started reading it them as Lord Donator. And after that, MC pulled me aside and it's like, we want to do a little bit more with Lord Donator, and it's like, and at that point the lamp was big as well, so, oh no, at that point they'd already taken the lamp away, but they didn't know where else to go with it, so they wanted to do like a Lord Donator thing. Because the first day there was a lamp that people were donating to turn on and off. Lord Donator, as Tim calls it, throat blasting. Oh god. I was so hoarse at the end of that weekend. I can't wait till next year. That's like, that I've got like that. Yeah, Runaway Guys Colosseum was the highlight of my year, and I can't wait for it again, because just like, of all the people that I met doing like YouTube and whatnot, you know, I think like they're probably the ones that I probably feel like the closest connection to, in terms of like game tastes and like personality and like sense of humor and just, and man, I wish I could just, you know, hang out with them more often. And I like, and the biggest thing, probably my biggest flaw as a human is never ever following up with people after I meet them somewhere. So it's like, you know, hey, we should hang out sometime or something like that, or we should, you know, talk more, or record something or something like that. And I never follow up. Although there might be something, so I mean, like, I should really just, like, go through my Discord list and just start, like, talking to people. And just start, like, talking to people that I know. I opened Discord and I had a message there, which is why I trailed off. One of you in the chat, maybe not in the chat, but one of you guys, one of you people who watches my, my videos, made like Lord Charitable Giver or something like that. That was Stratus, yeah. God. That was funny. I think I hit the end of this, this album as well. All the songs I've been playing were from Super Soul Bros. I don't believe they're on iTunes, but they have a Bandcamp and a store, so, you know, give them a listen. Do I play D&D? Not right now, but I do know how to play D&D and would like to. My favorite part of the Colosseum? Probably when Josh was looking at the wrong screen to guide Jules during the Super Mario 64 speedrun race and ended up walking him off the cliff. Because he was looking at Masay's screen and was giving Jules directions based on Masay's screen and ended up killing him. HeroCast Chow with 100 bits saying, would you be alright if someone made a Lord Donator fan art to sell it if the money went to charity? Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. If it went to charity, then yeah, go for it. I only want like Lord Donator to really be used in charitable events. What did you do to me, Josh? He just ran away laughing. God, that was so funny. I also got to meet Stephen and Mel for the first time at the Runaway Guys Coliseum. And like after like, because I started only really watching their content more recently. And like I have so much respect. Like I look up to Stephen so much as a creator on YouTube. Oh yeah, they slapped him, but we were like sort of towing the line of Twitch TOS because you're not supposed to do stupid stunts like that for money. So can't believe Chug got paid to win Mario Party 7. It went to charity. Oh, Dakota Ray, you came at a bad time because I'm about to end. Stephen and Mel are good people. They really are. Putting mittens on your hands is a Twitch violation? No, slapping people for money is a Twitch violation. What horror scary game am I gonna play this Halloween? I haven't really looked, so I'll check at some point. Oh, I'm not traveling on Halloween, actually. What the hell? Was that my headphones? I heard like a really deep bass noise come from my right like coming to my right ear, so I wasn't really sure on that one. Any other Twitch rules you almost broke? Shirtlessness. When I played Catherine. So did people hear that? Like the low bass noise? Nobody else did. Okay, it must have been like an adjustment with my headphones or something like that. It seemed like people had heard it, so. Does anyone else got any more quick questions for me before I end off? Is Lord Donator accepting apprentices? I guess not. Have you ever bid on one of Mal's paintings? I wanted to bid on her Star Fox one, like the Lilac Galaxy one, or the Lilac System one, but I ended up not because it had already gotten really high up there. Any streams for more Zelda randos? Yeah, I want to stream Ocarina of Time randomizer, and try like a little bit of a harder one. Was the podcast gonna pick back up? Your guess is as good as mine. I love Lord Donator much. They chose to cosplay him a few months back. Was that at MomoCon? Because I think I saw the pictures of that. Next time you see Luca Jin, will you call her Reese or Mrs. Wheeler? I'm probably gonna call her Mrs. I'm probably gonna call her Luca. As always. Thoughts on the Pokemon Colosseum games? Great spin-offs. Kind of wish they were full-fledged Pokemon adventures though. Yeah, I saw the pictures of that Bay XLR. Or Bakesler. Do any more GTA with Luca or Proton? If they want to do it, then yeah. What's an LP I would want to redo? Portal 1, because of a horrible thing in one part where, because I was playing, I didn't have a mouse pad, so I was playing with the mouse on my lap, and it fell off at one point, and I had to move my chair back, and the chair wasn't rolling, so it made like this horrible screeching noise in the microphone, so, I really want to redo that one. Ever gonna come back to see if these are the new content? I don't know, I feel like I've sort of like gotten all my enjoyment out of that game. Alright, anyway, I've got to, end it off here. Am I a Hot Topic or a Spencer's kind of guy? I'm an Old Navy kind of guy. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow and stream an actual game this time and not have my desktop or please connect Wii Remote on here. Let's go ahead and find ourselves somebody to raid. Who to raid, friendly neighborhood, who to raid. That's not the right thing to do. Look out. Who are we gonna raid? Is he strong? Listen, bud. He's got radioactive blood. Does he swing from a web? I don't know why. Hello. How about we raid a you? What should we raid with? Please connect to Wii Remote. Let's go with please connect Wii Remote since that was on the screen the entire time. And we are gonna raid. Who else? Minikitty. She is currently playing A Hat in Time and basically getting up to the DLC portions of it, which I can't wait for her reaction on the baby seals. Don't say anything about it, because this is her first playthrough. So give her some of that Tomminess love, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Later!